Over the last year, hunger has impacted an unprecedented number of families. A large portion of these families experienced hunger for the first time. Many Houstonians are food insecure, meaning they do not know where their next meal is coming from. One may even be your neighbor. Target Hunger began in 1989 as a project of the United Way to address the need for accessibility to healthy food and nutrition. It has since grown, aiding underserved communities across Northeast Houston. This area of America's fourth largest city is known as a food desert, an area where it is difficult to buy affordable or good quality fresh food. Prior to 2020, more than 2/3 of Target Hunger's clients were children and senior citizens. 95% of the people we served had annual household incomes below the federal poverty level. But since the pandemic, that picture has dramatically changed. Many have found themselves out of work, desperate and seeking assistance for the first time. Target Hunger is one of the Houston Food Bank's largest distributors and delivers direct food assistance in a number of ways. Prior to the pandemic, we utilized our 6 pantries located across our service area to distribute food. These choice pantries allowed staff and volunteers to help clients choose food that best suited their needs. We also delivered groceries to homebound seniors and people with disabilities, allowing our clients to age in place with dignity and eliminate barriers to access, like lack of transportation. Last March, however, everything changed. Target Hunger's operations had to completely shift in order to keep staff, volunteers, and clients safe from the COVID-19 virus. Our staff had to immediately spring into action to serve the growing number of people who had never needed food assistance before and continue to support those who already needed help.
I'm here today because I lost my job of 28 years. I wouldn't have thought I would be in this situation, but I am. And I just like to help people, make sure everybody gets something to eat.
Now, Target Hunger's food assistance is contactless. All of our pantries have relocated outside into parking lots. They are now drive-through where food is placed into the trunks of cars. Target Hunger has operated continuously since the pandemic began, hosting multiple drive-through disaster distributions each week. The lines often stretch long distances, and some people line up 4 hours before the start of the distribution. It's been necessary to hire additional staff to help meet the growing need and to help offset fewer volunteers.
Well, I'm a handyman. I do little odd jobs, and right now it's slow. You can't go in people's houses due to COVID. We was passing by, and we seen the food bank trucks, and we was kind of in need for some help.
Senior deliveries are left on front porches. Since it is no longer safe to go into the homes of seniors, it became important to reach out to them with a personal touch. Target Hunger added navigation services to connect clients with critical services in the community that they need. Target Hunger now has a full-time navigator, a community health worker certified by the state of Texas, who serves as a touch point and a connector for our vulnerable seniors who are isolated and need help in addition to food.
As a navigator, like I say, I do a follow-up on each one of them to make sure they're okay. Even when they don't need anything, I call them just to make sure. Since the pandemic came, I know they're all alone, and I just want them to feel that I am here for them, to comfort them whatever they need to get done. I'm getting sentimental because the scenes are very important to me.
This has been unlike any disaster we've faced, but we have been able to make adjustments and continue to serve the families, children, and seniors who are struggling. We've also continued to move the needle on our strategic initiatives, focusing on the root causes of hunger. In addition to expanding navigation services, we're completing a new above-ground container garden at our facility that will yield thousands of pounds of fresh produce and in time serve as an educational tool to teach families how to garden at home. When it's safe to resume personal contact, Target Hunger looks forward to taking our new mobile pantry into the community, as well as restarting our job training program and other initiatives.
Since all of Target Hunger's services are free to those we serve, we depend upon the United Way of Greater Houston the generosity of corporations, foundations, and individuals, and proceeds from our annual special event to sustain our efforts and growth. Hunger was rampant in Houston prior to the pandemic. In 2020, with a dramatic increase of furloughed and unemployed Houstonians, we are now in a hunger crisis. More than 30,000 individuals suffering from hunger were touched by these contributions to Target Hunger, which is more than a 50% increase in service level over 2019. Our work is making a difference, but with higher demand and higher costs, we are asking for your generosity today so that we don't turn any hungry person away.
Today, we celebrate more than 3 decades of Target Hunger being on the front lines of fighting hunger and food insecurity in our city. During both normal times and times of disaster, Target Hunger will remain a much-needed resource. Your support means so much to so many.
It means that I'll be able to eat thanks to you all.